Okay, welcome back. More research. So when replicating the issue, and that's, people are saying it's intermittent or it's non-replicable, that's generally not true. I'd say more research needs to be done to understand the actual root problem. If it's intermittent or it seems intermittent or seems, it happens and then it goes away and then you refresh the page 2 times, 3 times, it's okay. And then you refresh it out the 4th time and it shows up, might be pointing to a server issue, and narrowing it down to a specific server or specific node or container will help. The next step in this is to mitigate impact. So once you reliably can replicate this, you can reproduce the problem. You gain a little bit of an understanding of what piece of the system is breaking. The best thing to do is mitigate the impact if possible. So you are being called specifically because the client, the company, they're losing money, either directly or through losing credibility because their site is broken. And a lot of people are probably seeing it. So it's pretty important that you can mitigate the impact, resolve any hiccups coming through. And if you're on an app or a website and you hit submit, or you try and load the page and you get that an unexpected error has occurred, you usually get frustrated, quit out the app, and do something else entirely. So high level, every company's hosting strategy is a bit different, but most companies will have some form of backup or a way to deploy the code to a different location. So most of the time it goes through a load balancer. The load balancer is kind of the chain of command. It's like the controller. The request goes to the load balancer, and then the load balancer distributes the traffic to our particular server or node, what have you. So it could be multiple locations, multiple data centers, multiple instances, containers. And in my experience, there were multiple data centers, and simply moving or trying to move all traffic to the other data center mitigated the impact while uncovering the root cause. So it might be some task or some issue in one data center didn't go so well, some hiccup along the way, and the other data center, no issues. So if you move traffic to that second data center, you can resolve the issue while you uncover the root cause. Now, what I like to do uncovering root cause is searching back in time. So yes, you can go start from scratch, but if you have, typically it's either Azure DevOps or Jira, Slack, Teams, what have you. There's going to be a history of issues in the past, a history and kind of some tribal knowledge that you can tap into. Most of the time, it is true each issue has the potential to be unique, but most of the time it's not. Searching kind of ticketing systems, your intranet, that kind of thing. And I've had it on more than one occasion where I got lucky and I saw this problem has occurred before in a kind of a different way. So I would be able to piece together the solutions from multiple tickets, chat histories, what have you. And then this second part, super important, is to document it yourself. So future devs, future support engineers can learn, solve this issue that I was facing that much faster. It's kind of like the hit by a bus principle, and it's kind of morbid, but the bus factor, it's called. It's the minimum number of team members that have to suddenly disappear from a project before the project stalls due to lack of knowledge or competent personnel. Expression hit by a bus. So if a person is either dying or disappearing from a project, most likely on vacation and got a new contract, what have you, documentation exists and other people know the system as well, so development can continue. So here's a little example. Only I know how to train our production models. So I'm sure if you've had or been on a project for any length of time, you have a senior dev lead, a tech lead leaves a large hole, and also takes some time to get back up to speed. So that is number 2 with the how to troubleshoot and debug production issues. We replicated it, we've mitigated the impacts, and we are searching back in time for possible solutions. Next up, we're going to narrow it down, be overly communicative about what you find, and reach out to other experts. And when you do find your solution, document it. So stick around, and we'll go ahead and continue that. Bye.